What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Today's going to do something a little bit different. I am bringing you along with me. Going to go see a couple of my customers, mix up some product, and maybe stop by and take a look at a couple of lawns, see what's happening around here with now the hot and dry weather that we're in. So buckle up. We got some running around to do today. Yeehaw! So by the way, a few weeks ago I put up a post about trying to fix a tree, and I'm doing videos on that to kind of go through the phases, but I might as well give you a little look on what that thing's doing right now. All right, so here's what I'm up to right now. I'm actually running up to Lawn Police in West Haven. That's up near Ogden, about 45 minutes away from here, and I'm bringing them 3 totes. Here's what they're running amongst a combo of other things right now. They're actually still on the Ncharge, even though we're hitting temps up to 95 degrees or so. They've got it mixed down into their tank, so they're just going for that like third, maybe a little more than that, pounds of N as we come into the heat. Plus they're mixing in the GreeneFfect iron, so that's both going out right now. So that's actually what's in here is our stabilized Ncharge back here, 28%. I use that a lot for like my base mixes around here for the pro guys. So I'll be doing a couple more totes that are kind of a custom blend for Holmes, which is where I am right now at Holmes Property Maintenance. 2 more totes for them today that are a different combo. And it's kind of cool to sort of see what you can do when you're mixing things together, because in that one, they're getting kind of this like 2-2-2-4 mix. That's not the analysis, that's just the blend of how the material's going in. That contains D-Thatch, contains humic, contains GreeneFfect, and it's got Ncharge in it. It's all blended together, and that's what they're using out for this round right now. So we're doing a few different things. But anyway, I gotta get this all pumped over, loaded onto the truck. I got about a 55-mile drive or so to go get this loaded into their empty totes, get back here and keep going before it gets crazy hot today. All right, so I'm finally loaded up, getting out of here, and heading up to my first stop. Got 3 totes on the back. Gonna go load this guy up. But in the meantime, this kind of took a little longer than I thought it was going to, because of I went and jumped in real quick on a technician meeting that was happening inside of Holmes, and I didn't have my camera with me, so I'm sorry you didn't get to see that. But the main conversation is, now that we're in this June hot weather, what's going to be happening? What are we going to be seeing? What's going to be the stress on the lawn? And at this time of year here, our humidity is like 15%. It's super dry. It's super hot, and there's only 2 things that are going to happen to lawns right now. And number 1 is going to be drought stress, and number 2 is going to be overwatering stress. Both of those things can happen, and they can happen in the same area and in the same climate. And the reason that happens here a lot is there's certain parts of the Wasatch Front that are on metered water. And so with metered water, people are a little bit more conservation oriented for the most part. They just don't want to spend the money. That's really it. So you're going to be more dry in those situations, and you're going to see that as dryness. And with bluegrass, you're going to see the grass sort of get crispy and then sort of form these little areas where there's like green little patches as it's going drought dormant. Everything sort of comes together into these little collective splotches. So that's pretty common. The flip side of that is the other areas here that have a secondary water system that can go out all the time. And with those people, they are basically just deoxygenating the root zone because they're getting so much liquid down there that the roots can't breathe. And the way that that'll tend up showing itself is like the grass blades are super plump, but they're limey. They look like a lime color, not a dead or a brown. They just kind of get this off color because there's too much water. Those are going to be the two main things, and I'm going to look around and see if I can find some examples for that so that everybody can kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about.
What'd you bring?
2 more totes of Ncharge, 1 more GreeneFfect.
That's our, where's RGS? Right there?
So Ncharge there, full.
Okay, right.
Iron in the 700, Ncharge on that one, full. So you've got almost a full one here too. So 1, 2, 3 of those.
So no RGS stuff?
No, you said you didn't really want to bring it. Yeah. So I don't know how much is left.
That greens it up good with the Ncharge.
Yes.
Too. But really, with the RGS and the Ncharge together, oh my gosh, dude!
Yeah.
It's like fucking the South Park. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
There's a hell of a difference when keep more in, you know.
Yep.
So.
It's a good mix. I mean, it's
It is the mix.
yeah.
It ain't the good mix. It's the mix.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Gotta love those unsolicited bits of feedback.
Huh. I think it's a little hot. What do you think? My hand. Whew. That is a scorcher. I think we're pushing about like 92, 93 right now. So I'm gonna do what every person would do when it's this hot and go get myself a nice, large black coffee. Hot, of course. Psh. I gotta get more. I only had the one. Well, that I brought with me. I probably had maybe like 2 or 3 others. Something like that. Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too. Oh, milk was a bad decision. It's good. I'm sure that wind is going to be really bad, but I gotta get another 550 gallons here mixed up for the Holmes boys, so they're all set. For me to head out. So that is what's going to happen right now. I'm gonna try to stand out of the wind here for a second. You know, nothing like a nice hot southerly wind. That is just awesome. So I'm about to do a little special cocktail here for them, mixed in concentrate. And you might have heard me say, like, sometimes this thing doesn't really work very well, especially in sprayers and stuff like that. Well, the reason that I can do it in higher volume, I'm putting D-Thatch, humic, GreeneFfect, and nitrogen all together, and you would usually think that doesn't really work well. Well, under extreme agitation and mixing everything together, there's really less concern, and it comes up with a pretty neutral mix that's mixed into concentrate into large tanks before going out to spray, and it works pretty well. A lot of the time it doesn't really work in smaller containers just because you can't break it down enough. It has to have time to kind of work its way through. Otherwise you're gonna get sort of this chunky material that has to sort of, you know, it'll get stuck in sprayers and things like that. So I don't recommend this. I don't recommend this. Yeah. Woo! All right, so I have one more tote. That makes 5 done today. And one more that I gotta take over to a town outside of Park City. And I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna do that today or tomorrow. That's kind of where I'm at because, man, so far I've driven about 140 miles today, and I've got about 35 back to my house, and then it'd be about another 25 or so. So I'm thinking maybe I'll just do that in the morning, and maybe we can go find some turf to look at. It's hot. It's really, really stinking hot.